Today, technology is changing a lot. It's advancing constantly. And with the advancement of technology, it affects the way we communicate with each other. I mean, before people could write letters, pigeon mail, then post mail, then cell phones came out, they called and text message. Now we can communicate through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all these different forms of social media. So like I said, it's really affecting the way we communicate with each other. Now whether it is advancing for the good or bad, it really depends upon the person.
I don't know what the next technology, next form of technology will do. I don't think it's going away, and I think that technology will continue to increase. So the question is, how will it manifest itself, and what effect, as you've asked, what effect will that have on humans, human interaction? And I don't know. I do think, though, that it's pointless to just sit there and complain about it and wish for the good old days to come back. I think we have to admit that there's been both positive and negative results from the advancement of technology. And so we don't want to just say everything's been negative. I again can vouch for myself and say technology has helped me greatly as far as in my own research. And I imagine it will continue to do so. But yeah, I do think that as a society we need to maybe think about ways that of curbing or limiting the negative effects of technology, including social media.
As you can see, people are always constantly on their cellular devices. They always want to interact on their social media accounts. Is social media really to blame for this, or is it the user's fault? As we walk to class, we're always on our phone, checking status updates, retweets, likes. But the thing is, can we actually blame technology, or do we blame the users? Technology is there to help us communicate, but when it's your primary source of communication, that's a problem.
The positives of social media and technology in general in today's society, it helps connect people. It makes it a lot easier to talk to someone across the world, or talk to somebody in the US, or just talk to somebody that you know. It's just a lot easier to do. It also helps spread news. I don't know, it just, you can see what's going on across the world. So, something like what England's doing or whatever's going on, in other people's economy, or, athletics or anything like that. It helps in that area. It also helps meet people of your interest. It make an intimacy, or friends, or people that do the same things you do, or that you're interested in doing. It makes it easier to connect to people in general. It kind of makes the world a smaller place in a sense. You can see somebody on social media and think that you'll never get to see them one day because they're famous or they've done something miraculous, but they're actually living in your area. It makes it easier to talk to others. Just sending a text message or calling people. It's not like old times. It's, you don't have to write a letter or wait 4 days for, business days, or to get to actually be communicating with that person. You can just call them over, phone, or text them, or message them over Instagram or Twitter or anything like that. So it makes everything just a lot easier.
I definitely meet a lot of people because of social media. I'm big on photography and things like that, so I'm on my Instagram 15 times a day, kind of thing. I don't post that much, obviously, but like I'm checking it and looking at things, and just checking up on people. So it has allowed me to meet more people that are into photography and into doing the same things that I'm doing. So I think it's been very beneficial.
Social media connects all of us and spreads lots of news and just information that makes it easier for us to, I don't know, go to events and things of that nature.
I mean, it's helped in connecting people, like certain groups.
But social media, I think, makes a lot of sense as far as meeting a potential companion.
More knowledgeable about what other people are doing and what things I can do. And it makes the world smaller, per se, so you can actually figure out if I want to go skydiving one weekend. I've seen somebody else do skydiving, so now I want to do it. And just small inputs like that make it.
I think overall technology has probably improved our way of life more than anything.
The negatives that have been brought up from technology and social media and in general is really we've lost social skills. We've lost talking person to person. We rather look down at our phone and walk across campus rather than saying hi, how are you doing, and getting to know people, whether they're the people that we hang out with or the people that we'd be interested in, like in intimacy or just anything really. I mean, we just don't talk person to person anymore. We're not how it used to be, where the people you know are the people that you talk to, the people in your area. We'd rather text somebody that's back home or text somebody that's walking across campus, but we can't say hello to the next person. I mean, I notice when I get in the elevator, no one ever talks. It's just, let's look down at our phone. It's a lot easier to do. It's become a more virtual world rather than let's sit down and have a conversation. I mean, you only have conversations with, friends and family that are close. You don't ever sit down and talk to somebody you really don't know. And it's almost become an addiction in a way. You check all your social medias, you check everything else, and it's become something that it's kind of like an iron lung to you. You have to have your phone. Without your phone, it's nothing. I mean, you'd rather just talk on the phone or text somebody, and you've lost what we are as people, and that's talking to people, because that's who we are.
Actually, I have a funny story. My sister, my dad, and I were on a car ride, and my sister was texting my dad from the back seat saying that she had to go to the bathroom as we're going past a rest stop. So it was just, why didn't you just put your phone down and say you had to go to the bathroom?
It might sound crazy, but like the negative energy that comes from it, like just like as a girl, like, and I know every girl goes through this, just like going through social media, like going through Instagram, it's like, wow, she's really pretty. I wish I could be more like her. Like, it's not really great for your self-esteem, and like negatively in a sense, again, like how much time is put into it and how much energy is put into looking good and how you put yourself out there.
I think it definitely has took a toll on most people's social skills. A lot of people don't really know how to talk to people, don't really know how to interact and meet people. And I think that that's definitely due to the whole, with Facebook and Instagram generation, so.
I do think, though, that people are less apt to communicate with words and maybe traditional forms of communication, just from my observations. And not as much my generation or older, but I think college-age students and younger, it's, I constantly see people staring at their phones and texting or whatever. And, again, that's their choice, and I'm happy to let them use their time however they want, but it does seem that they are less apt to communicate. So I always wonder, why are they texting all the time when it seems that they're shy when I see them in person? Why aren't they actually communicating with words with their friends or anyone else for that matter?
So, like I previously stated, technology can be a good thing or a bad thing. It's really dependent upon the person. For example, person A over here, they could work in a business and they use technology a lot, because in the business world you have to use technology. You have to keep up with the things, the trends nowadays. And the person uses technology while they're at work. But when they go home and they have their social life, they actually have a social life. They might take up pictures every now and then to post on Facebook so people can keep up with them and know he just had a birthday party. He's doing fine, he's doing well, his family's okay. He's able to live in the moment and not worry about his social profile. But person B over here, their main source of communication is social media. And now they're more worried about what's going on online than what's actually going on in real life. They go out, let's say they go out with friends or something. They're always on their phone, checking Twitter, make sure somebody's retweeting how many pictures how many likes their picture gets. Okay, and they're constantly trying to take the perfect picture so it can get a lot of likes. They're more concerned about what's going on online than what's going on in real life, and that's not good because they can't have a good quality relationship with people if they're constantly living on social media. Even FaceTime, granted you can see the person's face, but it's still something virtual. It's not physical. You don't get the same reactions when you're on FaceTime than when you in real life. And this is concluding our presentation. So to last thing I want to touch on is it's really about how often you use technology. If you use technology in moderation, it's a great thing. But if you overuse it, it can really hinder your communication skills.
I think social media has done more than its job. I think it's created a new way of life, for good or bad, that we have to adjust to, and hopefully we can make that work in positive ways and reduce maybe some of the negative effects that might come along with that.